everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am PommyInOz, where we don't just talk AFL footy, we live and breathe it together. And today we're diving into Carlton's VFL clash against Southport. And this isn't your standard match wrap-up. We're going to give you the full score, the flow of the game, and standout moments. And then we're turning the magnifying glass on them AFL-listed players. Every stat, every impact, every bloke who's putting pressure on the AFL selection table. So get your send comfy, grab a cuppa. You know what? We're in Australia. Let's make some Vegemite toast. And whatever gets you going, sit down, relax, and let's break this baby down. So in the end, Southport Sharks ended up rounding out this one, 117-61. And let's not sugarcoat it, this one got away from the baby Blues. It was a classic case of effort without any polish. Carlton did have their moments, particularly in the third quarter, where they did look a little bit sharper and rattled the Sharks. But across the four quarters, as you would expect, Southport are a team that is here to win now and win the flag today, where the Blues are more like a school where they're just learning to get their ropes and develop the talent. Southport were definitely sharper, slicker, and a hell of a lot more efficient moving inside 50. But it wasn't a lost cause. There was some genuine takeaways, especially from some of the AFL boys, and the green shoots, as we call them, hoping to be the future of this football club. Let's break it down. In the quarter one, the Sharks burst out of the gates like a dog off the leash. 4 quick goals, while the Blues were still really tying their laces. Carlton couldn't settle into their system, and Southport punished them on turnover. Harry O'Farrell, though, really did look strong down the back, showed some good signs, read the ball in the air quite well, and really did put the pressure on the key forwards. Harry Lemmy did take a very good set shot to get their score in this one. In the second, things slightly evened up. Carlton's goal kicking, though, was woeful. Ollie Bader snapped a lovely goal from in close. Hollands really did start getting the midfield going, was a real link between mid and forward. And Matthew Carroll looked pretty impressive down the back, racking up some uncontested possessions and getting Carlton going. Ramshaw, as usual, worked really hard front and centre, but Southport really made it easy. They had some real easy shots at goal, and at times the defensive transition running from the Blues was way below the expected. Blues missing a plethora of chances. In the third, Harry got involved, kicked 2. Nice little boundary goal as well from him, and he looked up and about. Lemmy got a second. Lucas Camporelli really did find space in this, got a goal, but also was everywhere in it. And old Hudson Keith, he crashed the packs and had a real nice finish to a good team goal from the Blues. It was easily their best term. They really did start. Southport dropped the pressure a bit. The Blues started to get some reward. But what was really case in point in this quarter is how hard Carlton's VFL side works for just a sniff at the old onion bag. In the fourth, Southport responded. They kept Carlton at arm's length. They settled. They took all the control in this game. They really iced the game quite easy. Durdin dug in, though, tackle after tackle. O'Farrell, I thought, really was impressive under the cosh, but the gap was too big in the end. From the Blues' point of view, McKay had 2, Lemmy had 2, Badir had 2, Camporelli and O'Keefe kicked 1. And the standouts for the Blues in the AFL were definitely Durdin and Carroll, with McKay being a little bit of a hope there. From there, now let's go and look at them AFL-listed players. Harry McKay, this was definitely a tune-up game for him. He looked solid. 2 goals, 7 marks. He read the play pretty well. It's going to be interesting how this one's played, because obviously he's got them personal issues that we're not going to really delve into because it's irrelevant. But I did notice he didn't look like he was ready to body anyone, and he does look, for me, like he's lost a little bit of body mass in this 2-week period. It's going to be very interesting, but genuinely, I thought he looked quite reliable in front of goal. He led really well in the first half when there was really nothing coming for him. He got his opportunities, though. He stayed in the game, and it was great to see a smile on his face. I think the selection for Harry is obvious, should he be fit, but when he's ready, I'm sure he'll be ready. Ben Camporelli, 23 touches for him, 5 marks, going at 65% with the 5 tackles. What I really liked about Ben is he really does throw his body around, and there's not much of it there. 10 of his disposals I really liked were real link-up play. He looks to be that conduit. And when I look at the senior team, we're trying everything to find a conduit between the midfield and the forward line. Ben Camporelli definitely stood out for that. He's an incredibly talented footballer. Is he ready for the AFL? I don't know. But what I will say is his game, and more games like this where he's showing his hard edge of his defensive running with them 5 tackles, but also willingness to link up and do the smart things, not the exceptional things, the smart things. Ben Camporelli definitely is a master in the basics. Corey Durdin, 12 touches, 12 tackles. This was a performance where you really look at it, though, and you go, okay, 12 tackles, that's pretty impressive. Real animal-like work rate. He played hungry, he played angry. He really was looking like he was trying to get back in. My question is, playing him on the ball when we're desperate for goal-kicking forwards, I question this, because this was obviously done to get his defensive work rate up to speed. For me, my question mark with Corey Durdin is, can he kick enough goals? And that, for me, is the area here where I do question the development here. Yes, it was a good game. It was very defensive, but I feel like 16 of Carlton's 23 out there are defence first versus attack. And now it's the time to shift to that other identity. It feels like we're in 2016 with this emphasis on defence. We're meant to be a team that's controlling the ball. And by these type of selections here, it does make me worry about senior selection. Good game, though, but I'm still questioning, can Corey kick 2 goals every week? Elijah Hollands, he was silky. He made the right decisions, moved really well through traffic, 18 touches, 8 of them contested, I might add, 4 tackles, 73% efficiency. He was very calm. Wouldn't shock me if he's named in the AFL team. I could see him being the sub, but very all-rounded game. My one question mark here is he was quite laconic on defensive running, particularly in the 4th when the game got over him. And that is such a key cornerstone of how Carlton play at the minute. If there's a system change, Elijah Hollands and Ben Camporelli would probably be the first 2 names in this game you're bringing in, because they're going to be that real attacking dimension. It's really fascinating. Lucas Camporelli, 17 touches, 1 goal. But again, 11 contested possessions for Lucas. And this really, 5 contested possessions for Lucas. And this really worries me with your 17 touches. Going at 35% efficiency, it was rough. And they weren't finding him enough out in space. It's really fascinating when I watch this game that he needs that attacking role. It looks like Carlton are trying to merge him into that defensive type wingman again. And that concerns me. Both him and Ben had stints at this stage of that defensive type player. It's not his game. The effort level, brilliant, but definitely needs to clean it up, and he needs to be kept out in space as long as possible. For me, I always say this, his best work as a junior was at halfback, where he has a little bit more time and the game's moving ahead of him. I feel like that should be where he's playing. I'm not a big fan of him being on the wing. I think Ben is a better player as a wingman. Feel like Lucas Camporelli, I say it again, his ceiling is Nick Newman. Start playing him in that role and own him, earn him in that. Because when people are coming in front of him, he's pretty good. It's when he's having to do the 2-way running. Harry O'Farrell, real solid this. I think his intercepts were really strong, looked confident one-on-one, and really used the ball pretty well as well. With more games, I feel like Carlton finally have the centre-half back. It may feel a bit 5 years too late for me, because I feel like when he is debuting this time next year, I'll be asking why this hasn't been here all the time. But real strong, real positive signs from Harry. I'm a big fan. Jackson Binns, oh dear, 23 touches, 6 marks, 8 of them. Very interesting in this, were contested, going at 65%. Now, Binns' engine is outrageous. He gets up and down the ground really hard, but it feels like there is 0 impact. And this is me being really harsh now. Feel like at this stage, he should be impacting the game, changing the game before our very eyes. And this felt like almost a nothing role from Jackson. We're crying out for an attacking-sided player, and it feels already that defence-first approach is starting to get stuck in his head. So I need to see more from Jackson, because he's one of the senior players in this, and when Ben Camporelli and Lucas are outshining you, that's an issue for me. Harry Lemmy, 4 marks, 2 goals. He was pretty efficient as well. He attacked the ball well, but for me, there's a development curve here. And if this was 2 years ago, I'd be really excited. he was working off someone incredibly strong, right, in Harry, which really helped. So he got the weaker defenders. So he did what he could do, but I didn't see enough of him working hard up the ground, really working. So this is a real development one. He's nowhere near senior selection, but okay, that game as a catchment, very good. I need to see this 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row. Matthew Carroll, 17 touches, 10 intercepts. This guy reads the ball incredibly well. 71% efficiency. Finds the uncontested as well. 10 of his 16 possessions uncontested. Do you know what I mean? 17 were uncontested. He frees himself up. What I like about this is that intelligent running. He works hard to get on the other side of his defender, of the opposite man. Real strong performance. I like the way he uses it. I like his hunger. If there was anyone in the juniors at the moment that reminds me of Nick Newman, it's this guy, and I hope Nick Newman's working with him. Real strong. Jordan Boyd, 20 touches, 7 of them intercepts, 80% efficiency. You know what you're getting. Clean, sharp decision maker, always in the right spots. Definitely here, he's the first cab off the rank for Lockie Cowan. It does mean a positional change, though, if Carlton bring him in. It's not like for like, and that kind of excites me. A little bit more zip off halfback. It feels like it's going to be the easy one taking Cowan out, and it's probably helped. I would love to see Carlton also remove Haynes or McGovern from this side and really look to build from the back, because it was noticeable in the juniors, having smaller players, they could get that engine room into the game a lot quicker just because they're smaller. Very interesting one moving forward. Hudson O'Keefe, he cracked in hard, but this is a real fascinating one for me when I watch Hudson O'Keefe. It really is, time and time again. I watch him and I genuinely do worry about how the Blues are going to use him moving forward. He was really strong in the defence part of things. There's a little bit of Darcy Cameron in the way that he plays, but he doesn't get involved enough for me in the other types of facets of the game. For a guy that is working in the ruck, I need to see him. It feels like he's got the body type of TDK, but he's got the impact of Pitnet at the minute. I need to see a little bit more from him to be even considered. I feel like he is really running a risk here. And then we've got Francis Evans. He finished the game at 9 disposals. Didn't really look like he was going to trouble the scorers. Very quiet. It feels a real interesting with this one that we've obviously brought him in an ideal world as that kind of interim type player and get him in, but it didn't quite work. Billy Wilson, I'm not too sure what's going on with Billy Wilson. He ended the game with just the 10 touches, only the 1 intercept, hardly used here. 4 tackles though, playing this lockdown role. I don't quite understand why that is going on at the Blues. I'd love them to come out and explain that to me, because I need him at half-back, enjoying the game. That's where his skill sets are. Quick, hard at it, use the pace. Feels like we've done a chincotta with him and pigeonholed because he likes the rough stuff. The danger from there is ahead of the ball. And Rob Monaghan, only the 3 touches, just a classic Irish game, building into it. I'm not going to judge him too early. There is going to be a point of time, probably around round 10 in the VFL. I'm expecting, okay, this is a new game to you. I need to see why we've taken the punt off you. But he is hard at it. He does make himself available. There is a few stages, though, that he looks kind of lost in translation with it. So that's it. So if we look at it as the heat list, who's pushing hardest? Corey Durdin definitely, and Jordan Boyd will be there. Elijah and Carroll look a cut above the rest. And Harry McKay, definitely, when he's ready, it's time to unleash him. So that's the VFL breakdown from me. It might not have been a win, but there was certain things there for us to look at. If you like me and you like to keep an eye out on who's there, hopefully this helped you out. Let me know in the comments who you would bring in. What are your thoughts on it? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sub to the channel as well. See you soon. As always, come on Blues. Pom out.